look at today. This here doesn't do anything. If you put weight on it, or even if you power it up, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so first thing we're going to check is the battery. Make sure that the battery is putting out the voltage that it's supposed to. Let's see. We'll disconnect this first. .2 volts. It's a 9-volt battery. See, oops. There we go. Got to get it in there right. What is it pulling with it down there? That's still 9.2. Okay, we're good. So the battery's good. So it looks like we'll have to take this apart and find out what's going on. See if I can figure out. I think it's these here, the springs. Not sure, never took one of these apart before. There we go. Wow, got to be an easier way to do that. I think it was the first way I was trying to do it was the easier way. Well, this is, besides the dust, this is what it looks like on the inside. Two springs. Yeah, see this? These springs hook around this right here. Just gotta get that just right. You can even see the bottom one better. This one down here, it's like a hook. So this hooks around there just like that. So what I was trying to do first is get this down here like this. But that was a little difficult, but that's probably the way you got to do it. So what I was doing was putting my screwdriver down here and pushing on that part right there to get that off that. So I'm thinking that's the way you're supposed to do it. I just got to get a bigger screwdriver. All right, so that's good for now. Let's see what else we got going on here. This here is how you adjust the pounds or the kilograms, it looks like. There's a switch, and it even says on the back pounds, inches, kilograms, centimeters, so you can flip that switch back and forth depending on how you want to read that. And there's a jumper switch right behind here. Not sure what that's for yet. We don't need to mess with it, I guess, because it works, but it's interesting to find out what it does. Something, it says kick on the circuit board. Kick Plus. I don't know. I didn't even see how these went in there. I'll have to figure that out again. Probably like that. And this one went back here in the groove. Let's get that in there. There, just like that. Like that. Okay. So that looks like how those cross pieces go. And then these little white pieces right here will sit right in that groove there. And this one over here will sit in that groove right there. All right, now we just got to remember that. On the other side here, we have a circuit board. And a few components, and what we all hate, the black blob that covers the circuit. So if there's anything wrong underneath that, it's time for this to go to the garbage. So we got to figure out if there's something wrong underneath that or something else. So let me get this part the rest of the way. Squeeze these little plastic things together to get this circuit board off here. And that takes them off. There's wires that go back to this right here, which must be the weight. There's a sensor underneath here that when this bends, that tells you the weight. And there's even wires that go to these back feet, which I'm not sure what that's about. And that has something to do with the kick plus and the kick negative that's on the board here. That's all that's on there. Shenzhen, that's what it says on there. All right, well, we got to get to this board here, I think, so we can check the switches and make sure that they're working. So we got to figure out how that comes off. Might be these two clips right here. Let's see, let's take this cover off. We have a little plastic piece right here, right here. Undo those. Wow, that's really dirty. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll zoom in on that. But that's what's underneath there. Got our little sensors to read, what is that, the body fat. I guess that's what that's for. These contacts right here go on the outside edges. And of course, here's our push buttons. We have 3 buttons, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 switches. Yeah, that's it's pretty loose. Moves up and down on these screws. Why that does that, I have no idea. They're little plastic standoffs that lets this board move around like that. But yeah, this is pretty dirty. I'll have to clean that up a little bit, and then we'll take these off. I'm going to assume these little rubber pieces just pop right off. But you know what you get if you assume. I'm going to set this out of the way because we're done with that for now. Take these little screws out so we can see what's going on underneath the switches to make sure that they do just pull off. Because it looks like there's a couple holes on each side. We have our piezoelectric speaker. Yeah, these little rubber pieces have standoffs on them. They're rubber pieces that go through the board. You can see these dots right there. That's part of the switches. So I'm assuming if you pull those off, you're going to have a real hard time getting them back through there. But they did somehow, so I guess we can probably do that somehow. Because most likely it's the switches that are bad. Let's pop the power switch off, which is the ones in the middle here. Oh, we won't be getting new ones, but we might be able to clean it because these are contacts. They're a little circuit board on there, you can see, and then the part that contacts it is that little black dot in the middle of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this board, vacuum it off a little because it's really dusty. I don't know if you'll be able to see that if I put that up there. That's pretty good. It's pretty dirty. And you can see the little circuit that's right there, that the switch contacts. So apparently those are not doing what they're supposed to do. So let me vacuum this, wipe these off with some alcohol pads, and then I'll be right back. So I vacuumed it all off with a brush on the vacuum so it didn't suck anything off there. And now I just have an alcohol pad. And I'm going to go over this, but I'm going to disconnect the battery first. That would be the smart thing. I should have done at the beginning. All right. I have that off the battery. Just going to wipe down all the contacts. It looks like some moisture got in here because there is some white around the board on close to some components. White always most likely means that it's water, moisture, and that stuff will eat away at, you know, any component over time. So and these are 70% isopropyl alcohol. This is what I could find in the store, but I try to use a higher percentage, but we'll give these a try. It's leaving a little fuzz. have to pull off all the fuzz afterwards. One bad thing about using these, I guess. Yeah, it even says on the circuit board, down, down one. What is it? On, off, XX, on, off, up, up one. So apparently the single buttons do more than just one thing. All right. Now since I got those wiped off, I should wipe these off too. Just try to wipe the inside of the little tiny things there. Just give them a little quick wipe. Just in case there's anything on there, water, moisture, that is preventing it from getting a good connection. Oops, I already wiped it off, but this one had some white on there from some water, some moisture. Yeah, this one does too. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see the white stuff around there? That's water, moisture, and that's what's going to make it not act right. All right. So what I'm going to do is just connect the battery again and put our power button on and see if that actually does anything. Let's see. It's two of them, so I don't know if I got to press both of them at the same time or. Nope, they're turned on. I didn't get them through the holes, but I was able to push it and it turned on. Let's see if I can push it again and turn it off. Yep. I don't know what that little symbol is right there, but all right. That might be all that's needed here. It's just a cleanup. Yep, there it went off. All right, let's see. Let me disconnect the battery again. Just because I'm going to be futzing around with the circuit board and the switches, and I don't want to keep turning it on and off and blah, blah, blah. I want to try to see how easy it is to get these things back through there. My guess is it's not going to be easy. Because they're a little bit fatter than the holes, of course. If I figure out an easy way to do it, I'll sure let you know, but I think I probably know how they did it. They probably have, this is my thought, they probably had little plastic things that wrap around here that go smaller, and then they stick them through the hole, and then they pull the little plastic tube off, and that lets this leg expand. That's my guess on how they did it. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out something like that, and when I do, I'll sure let you know. So let me do that. Well, I got one in there, and it was quick. It only took me like a minute. I just kind of poked it in with these, but I also, for one leg, and then I use this little wooden toothpick for the other. I want to zoom in and see if I can get you a better shot of how I did that. I don't know if I'll adjust that camera a little bit. It's hanging above me, so let it calm down there a second. So what I did was just put it by the hole, put the leg by the hole, and then just try to get out of here. So that video didn't work of me putting in these switches. The camera that I actually had aligned with the product is not the camera that it actually took the picture, because you know, cell phones have multiple cameras on them. So we're going to try it this way. I put these are the ones that were in there. I took a couple out just so I can kind of show you how it was done, because everything was done off screen on the other one, but the picture that I'm looking at on the TV, it was right in the center. So yeah, that was a big blooper. So let's try this again. I'm going to zoom down and hopefully I can get it right this time. Let's see. Let's try that. I'm going to leave this thing right where it's at. And I want to show that trying to get these things in there only took me about a minute, the first one, but then after that it went pretty quick. So we're just going to start with one of the legs, and we're going to put it near the hole, put a finger on top of it, and then use my little toothpick to help force the leg down into the hole. And once you can get it into the hole, you can try to see it on the other side. It's almost coming through. If you can't, well, that time it worked. If you can't get it through, you have to push it some more, but once it's through, then you can just kind of pull that a little bit, not hard at all, just to make sure it's through the rest of the way. And then we'll do the same with the other one. We'll put it in the hole, we'll push it into the hole, and you can see it popped right through the hole. So then we just get our little needle nose or tweezers and just pull it, gently pull it. Don't pull it hard, you'll break that thing right off. So then we'll do the same with this one. Put it by the hole, keep our finger over it. Use the little wooden piece to help push it into the hole. And we can see it started through there. And it's all the way through, just there. Make sure it's all the way through there. And then we'll do the same with the other side. Put it by the hole, put a little bit of pressure, and then start pushing it in with our wooden stick here. And you can see it's coming through. And that should be all the way, but you can always take this and just tweak it a little bit, pull it through a little bit, and that's how to get those all through there. So I'm glad I watched that video while I still had this, but that's how easy it is to get those through there. So let's continue on with the rest of the video. Make sure none of the little tiny wires broke off, because those tend to break off when you're moving things around in electronics, you know, and when you're not looking, they decide to, hey, let's not connect anymore. Let's make them do more work after he puts it all back together. Alright, let me zoom this camera back out here. somewhere right there. All right, so that's in there. Like I said, don't know why it wobbles so much, but that's the way they made it. Now we have to push this board back down on these little pins. That's a snap on one. There's the snap on the other one. So now that's down there. Our pieces are still all where they're supposed to be. I'm just going to take that battery out of there for right now. And we need our top piece. I guess we could probably put this on afterwards, but it just goes over and the pieces snap on the side. So you can see these little pieces right here snapped on. And then on the other side, right there, there's 4 of them, so we're good there. All right, now make sure our piece is in everywhere it's supposed to be. And then we'll set this on here. Hopefully right where it's supposed to be. Hold it there while we flip it over. Just like that. Now the fun part. Getting these back in there. I remember I needed a bigger screwdriver. And I don't know if I have one right here next to me. So apparently my screwdrivers got up and walked away. I don't know what happened to them. I'll have to gather them later. I'm going to plug this battery in and get it out of the way before we put these springs on. So this opening here on this one, the hook goes like this. So it really doesn't matter which way, if it goes this way or hooks through that way. I'm just going to drop them in there and just like that, and then try to get that little piece, because you can get the screwdriver, like I said, right in there like that. So then you push it down and try to hook it in there. Let's see how easy that is. There's one. So it's a little bit difficult, but finagle with it a little bit, and then you can get it in there. Let's see how this one goes. Hey, that one went better. Nice. It's all together. Yay. I wanted to jump back in here real quick and show you that going through all that work just to do what I did, you don't have to. Just remember that this plastic piece on top pops off. We just have to remove these. So if you pull them out on both, this comes right off. I wish I was smarter before and knew that, but I got thinking about it watching the video that I took, and I'm like, I'm a moron. So anyway, that's the way you can do it, and then you can get right to the board for cleaning those switches there. You still have to undo the screws and then pull these off and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the easiest way. If that's the only thing that's wrong. Otherwise, to get in the inside, you know, that's where you would take the screwdriver and push those things down to unhook them from the little hook in there, instead of doing it the hard way like I did. But yeah, I just want to get that put in there. So if you have one like this, just pop the top off, and it's a lot easier that way. All right, there it is. Look at that. 5 foot 6 inches or 1 inch, something like that. Let's see what this says. See if I do this. Nothing. Oh, there it goes. Got some funky numbers up there. Put some weight on it. See if it does anything. I don't know how to do this. I should read the manual on how to do it. £68. Oh, I guess it only, yeah, I'm not sure how this thing works, but it works. Error 0. Could read all that and figure out how it works, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video was to make that power button work, so all the rest of this stuff works. It was at 1, so I'll leave it there just in case. So yeah, there we go. That was pretty simple. Just getting on the scale and cleaning it, and you know, with wet feet out of the shower maybe or something, or cleaning it, water gets down in there, moisture gets in there, and it corroded the switches a little bit, so we just cleaned them with isopropyl alcohol, and I got it working again. Nice. All right, we shall see you in the next one.